So I've kind of messed up a little bit as far as today is concerned. I have lots of work that I want to do for myself, but I'm gonna need this entire Friday to work it out. But I have to. I've got to do this as well. This is just something that I've have to do for myself and myself alone. Um, and if I don't keep myself to this at the very least, then what makes me think that I can do things regularly in the future. So this is where I'm at. I'm just miles and miles behind on schoolwork and hoping that today is going to be just some magical productivity day where I can get everything that I need to done. Cross my fingers. I don't think that'll happen though, but I'm gonna get damn close, and I at least have to finish the group project that I said I would take part in. I have a project for script analysis that I need to cover a certain character and character analyze that person. And I started it a little bit yesterday. I got like some headway done, so that's at least a little bit done and makes me more comfortable I can do this right now. The other projects that are due today, I think are very simple and easy to do. And the stuff that I need to get done on Sunday, which I want done today so I can enjoy my time at the lake, I I know are pretty simple and easy to do as well, but I just need to like get down and do it by the time it's Sunday at the very least. This week has kind of been a little crazy as far as like projects and my sleep schedule is gone. I've been very consistently staying up until past midnight, and it has been killer for me waking up early in the morning. I really want to be able to get up early in that morning, but it's just not working. I was able to get up early last yesterday, although I don't know how I stayed up until like 3 after that. I think I was like working on the project for the whole time and kind of lost track of time and stuff like that, but it meant that I got up at 1 o'clock today, and that really kind of sucks because that's half the day gone, and I'm not feeling great about the sleep schedule. It's fine though. I can work past that, right? I've worked I've been able to put out the video projects on Facebook a day in the span of a day, so, why can't I do school projects in the span of the day? Maybe because the school projects are actually important and I shouldn't kind of throw those together, but, whatever. Hopefully my standards hopefully my teacher's standards as far as me is concerned are real low. Kind of makes me think I should also look ahead for other projects in the future in those classes because we're getting close to May, and soon we're going to be entering the final stretch, and at that point everything is just going to kind of stop, I think. I don't know if I'll be able to continue making those Facebook videos all the way through school during that final stretch, but I hope I can keep myself going. That's just one thing that I've been trying to do amid this whole virus incident. I've yeah, been really trying to work on that, and people have been enjoying it. They've been telling me how much it's brightening their day, and that's really the point of the whole thing. It's just try and make the whole thing a little bit easier for everybody else. And yeah, maybe at the same time give myself a little street cred for production at SPTV, which I still haven't heard back about the application for, so it's making me a bit worried that I either missed it or lost that chance, which kind of sucks because I haven't heard back about the internships as well, which was like more than a month ago. And at this point, it's just like, yeah, they're never getting back to me. And I would like to think that they would email me themselves instead of going through those bull crap job sites that sent me, oh, you could get $30,000 an hour for this internship or something like that, which I know they're scams. I know they're fake. And I just really hope that they didn't slyly slip a legitimate email through that whole system and now I've lost a chance at an internship. Uh, Adulting is hard. It's very hard. That's why I'm trying to do that videography thing so I don't have to grow up. So I can continue doing the stupid, dumb crap that I enjoy myself and call that a job. I'm feeling the stress a little bit. That's probably what I should say. It's just all the stress of trying to work out the school things and trying to work out the personal projects that I've started myself. It's kind and trying to hang out with friends at the same time. It's kind of just turned into this giant tornado of conflicting interests, and I'm just scared. One thing that's for sure is that um, I said that trying to stall time for myself, and I couldn't. So I think this is the point in time where I break out the notebook to pretend that I know exactly what I'm doing as far as like conversation goes. And it brings me to earlier this week where me and Matt finished The Good Place, and oh boy, it's such a good ending. It's just, I don't know, it may be my favorite ending for like, it may be my favorite ending to a series or anything that I've seen in a long time. And I include that with like Undertale and that whole thing. And I know I've said that before about like how much I've enjoyed the show, but it's like, it's actually just really, really good. And I'm trying not to talk about specifics about it because, you know, I want to at least keep up the facade that people haven't seen it and spoiled the whole thing, which is really the whole reason why I would recommend The Good Place. It's just, it's a good show and everybody should watch it. I think it's like it's one of those things where it should be free for everyone to see just because of how good it is. And while we're at it, magically the people who made it also get paid for everybody seeing it for free somehow. But I know that system doesn't work. Not anymore, at least. Not since YouTube started putting ads on their show, on their videos and such. Nothing ever comes for free anymore, and that's something I'm going to struggle with later in life because I've built this whole idea around the idea that that people on YouTube were able to do that kind of stuff whenever they wanted, and it's free for everybody to see, and with the exception of watching the odd advertisement every so often, it's absolutely free for you to do. Yeah, but the problem is that now it's become way more complicated as things go on, which is probably just something, just a base thing to say about life, really. Things may just seem hunky dory then, but as you get older, things just get way more complicated. I hope that I could, I just hope that I can make myself comfortable with what I like to do. Because the way that I'm kind of supporting myself right now is that I'm really good at editing things, and not a lot of people around me are good at edit. I wouldn't say not good. I would say that I am like a little bit better than them, not by much, but I know for a fact there are people out there on the internet that are like so much better at editing than I am, and having to compete with them, it sounds like a huge problem. And I'm just sort of that weird mix of wanting to write my own stuff, wanting to be in my own stuff, wanting to edit my own stuff at the same time. And it's just kind of like, if I'm not stellar at one thing, why do I think I can be good at every other thing under the sun as well? I don't know. That's why I was really hoping for one of those internships where I could see what they wanted and tailor myself to that. But I guess, that's not going to happen because why would anybody be hiring internships during this time? That's just kind of a problem that I've faced this whole time anyway. Although at the moment it seems like I will be going back to school in the fall, and things will be kicking up then for me if I do get that position that I applied for at SBTV. Um, that would be cool. That'd be really neat. I'd really like to get back to doing stuff for the creative team as well because that's just like a lot of fun and I enjoyed doing that. I haven't seen the commercial that they put out for it. Oh shoot, what have I been doing? Oh my god, there's also the best of SPTV. I haven't started editing. Oh god, I have so much on my plate and I didn't realize it. I guess I can justify it by saying that I've been working on school this whole time, which I definitely have. I'm not lying about that. Why do I say that? Way to make her sound so ingenuous right off the bat. I'm not lying this time. Um, but no, like, I have been working really hard on schoolwork, but the problem about school for me is that I'm just really, really slow at it, and that's just been a problem about me this for like forever. And I kind of hate it, but that's just how I work at things, and don't mess with perfection, right? Ha 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 ha. I got C's all throughout my senior year of high school. But I don't know. I realize now that I just have like a bunch of self-made projects that I put on myself. One of them being like the best of SPTV, where I pitched the idea of doing the best of Sports Hub, which I don't know if they wanted me to start editing it myself or what, but I feel like I should at this point, just because like nothing really has been done about it. And SPTV is also making like new content for just everything under the sun, so that's kind of right up my alley at least. So I could try doing that. I still want to be able to do that pointers pets things because Darby and Dave are so freaking cute, and who wouldn't love Darby and Dave? But yeah, I need to. I probably should start that best of Sports Hub editing, and there's also an Uno video that me and my friends had recorded, and it was a really good time. It was the one that I mentioned last week, where we just kind of like had a good time with it, and uh, uh it I ended up showing it to Shane, and he was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And I thought, like, I should just kind of cut this down so it could be like a easily digestible video. I said that like last week, and I still haven't started doing that because I've just been too damn busy. And I really hope I can start doing that because it's really, really funny, I think. And I recorded my first quick play video yesterday on Eve of Souls. I'd much rather wanted to do it on the Wii, but the Wii's cables are really broken, and that's just a non-starter right there because I don't get audio or color visuals with with the cables that they have. I still don't think the capture card is the problem here. I still think it's the cables from the Wii. So that's the issue that we have right there. I'm getting all snot nosed. What the heck is happening? I'm getting sick. I'm getting like not really. I'm not. I'm getting non-corona sick somehow. I've just been producing so much snot, and it really sucks. I hate it. I should drink some of that vitamin C stuff. That did really good stuff for my nose. Um, I should also mention that at the end of The Good Place, me and my brother kind of got really emotional because trying not to spoil it at all. It's The Good Place, and it kind of deals a lot about death and the finality of death and that kind of stuff, and which kind of really freaks out Matt. And he kind of like put that all out there, and kind of like he got some sort of idea that I didn't enjoy the finale as much as he would have enjoyed me to, which I have no clue how he got that from because I was fighting tears that whole time, that whole finale. And yeah, it just kind of launched into a super emotional thing where it's just like he really believes in the things that I'm doing right now, and I really, really, really respect what he does and everything that he's doing for like the D&D series he's doing with Josh and his project about the supervillains that at the moment isn't going anywhere, but he's writing stuff down for it right now, and it's really cool the ideas that are coming from him. He's a little caught up at the moment about like stealing things, and like I really wish that he could kind of like push past that and just start going off on things. Just like kind of start going and not caring about if he has stolen something or not, because all that stuff can be ironed out later. The real point of the whole thing is that he has a really really cool idea about a supervillain centralized story that surrounds some bonkers situation where where the henchmen are confronted with having no boss, and they're left to do things, and they are left to figure things out amongst themselves, which is a really cool idea, and I really think he should start writing for it. And of course, he's not going to be 100% original. Like every single video I've done has had um some sort of copy pasting as well, because well, I mean, like I'm gonna reference a video that I did on Facebook where I did a bunch of the commercials. The whole inspiration to that whole thing was from Sonor Mortgage's cartoon from Homestar Runner, and I tried to like simulate that whole thing where Sonor Cardgage, the second king of non sequitur, just kind of rambles on about insurance sort of terms, and it's just like I don't know how to do it, but I don't know how to explain it, but I sort of did an insurance type thing, and that's how the whole video kind of started out. And I did a shameless plug for a You Got game, so win-win there. But yeah, I really hope Matt just goes forth with that supervillain idea, because he's had a lot of projects in the past that have been abandoned for no other good reason other than that he just wasn't feeling it at the moment. And I get that you really really need pride in your work, and he never does anything that he isn't prideful about. And that's one thing that I really like about him and wish that I could do, is put out things that I can continuously be proud of. And the problem with that is that if he starts like losing interest in a project, then these really cool ideas and such kind of just go by the wayside and are never seen from or heard from again. And it's just like you're so close. You're there. You're really really close to a good thing. It's just leading through the kick that is the problem, I guess. And I really really hope that he can find a good outlet for that kind of stuff, and find a good animation job so he can get a house, because he told me he's been really concerned about that, and I really really want to tell him that everything is okay for him and he's doing really good as it is. He feels ashamed that he's living with mom and dad for a while and hasn't like found a job or like a permanent job yet. And like I don't know, I feel I don't want to say that everything is fine for him, but like everything is okay, and things will happen at their own pace. And I really hope that he does find that house that he's good with living soon enough because he's starting to beat himself up over it, and that's not good for anybody. That's not good for anybody at all. I just I want the best for him because he deserves it. He's such just I'm getting back into Sunday mode because I'm starting to tear up a bit. I don't know. He's been he's been good he's been good to me all my life, and I really want all good things to happen to him because he showed me so much kindness in my life even when I never deserved it in the first place, and I just really hope that the world gives that back to him. Okay, I'm sorry for that whole rant. That's how emotional I we got that during that moment. But yeah, um now on to like a completely 180 situation about that whole heart to heart we had with each other. Is we went to the cabin with our mom and dad for one day because I forgot a book that I needed to take a test on, and I was like, I can't take this test without this book or else I'll just fail it. So we had to go all the way back, and I feel bad about it, but it is what it is. That was still enough time for me to have a large calamity involving the fact that we didn't have water at the cabin. So a little bit of a notice to anybody listening to this. Not that I think anybody is listening to this. Um, you may want to come back in like I want to say 5 minutes because this is going to get really gross. So I'm going to start this 5 minute timer right about in far 3, 2, 1. All right. So now that those, yeah, I should even explain. Oh my god, I should explain why people want to skip this. For those of you that are like a weak of stomach or weak of heart or something like that, or are just very prone to very prone to very gross stories, then just be warned that I am going to talk about something a little gross, and I'm probably hopefully will be done in 5 minutes from right now. So we were at the cabin and we kind of like went up to bed for the night, and I kind of started like feeling these rumbles in my stomach. Sorry. And I thought like, this is okay. I can just wait it out till the night, and when we go back, because there won't be any water here or something like that. But then my stomach gave me a huge kick, and everything just kind of started going south in my stomach, and I was like, "Oh God, no!" So I had to like very silently and very quickly put on my shoes, walk out of the attic that we were sleeping in, and run outside to try and make it to the cabin area um that was like across the way from us, and like try and get to the bathroom so I could like dispose of my shit in a like at least a clean fashion. And then I thought, there's no water. I'm gonna make everything so much worse by doing this. I can't go in the bathroom. So I started to like turn around, but then I felt as I like got halfway around the camper at that point, I felt another kick, and was like, there's no way I'm keeping this. I have to go back to the bathroom because at least it'll be somewhat contained. And then like I just kind of like had another moment of hesitation where I was like, I can't do this. There's no water there. What am I gonna do there? And then I started like running back, and then at that point, I just couldn't hold it in anymore, and just shit started coming out. And I'm like running into the woods to try and like find a secluded spot, and I kind of didn't really make it to the woods. I just kind of like found this clearing and dropped trow and shat on the ground there. And word of the wise to those who shit your pants. It's very messy. You really should drop your pants before that happens because at the very least you will not have a shitty ass to clean up after that whole thing. And yeah, I just kind of like had that happen, and I just kind of like had a moment of introspective, like, all right, I have the option of finding a place to throw away these underpants, maybe the pants as well. I wasn't sure at that point, or cleaning myself up as best as I can and just living in the top space of the camper at that point. Because, like, I thought I was really stinky at that point. I had shat all over my back half, and it was just not great. It was not a good situation at that point in time. And it got to a point where I was like making trips back and forth inside and then outside to try and sustain or try and mitigate the problem that was the fact that I just shat outside and in my pants at the same time. And, eventually I got a plastic bag, put my underpants in there, and all the shit as well. So those pair of underpants are just 100% ruined. They're in the garbage. Son of a bitch! I just realized we forgot to take the garbage out. I suck. I really, really suck. I am such a terrible person. Hopefully we don't have that much garbage. God, I'm an idiot. My 5 minutes are almost up. I gotta keep going. But yeah, I threw away the underpants. The pants themselves weren't a problem, so those got washed themselves, and I was able to clean myself at least a little bit. But I still felt it the next day, and that was just the worst part of the whole thing. I haven't like directly told any of my family members, but at least my mom and my brother, kind of figured it out themselves, and it sucks. It really sucks. And you know what? Mom and Dad told us to bring down the garbage before nightfall on Thursday, and we didn't do that. At least I didn't do that. They told me at least, and I don't think they told Matt. And I'm such an idiot. Dang it! I really just hope that there isn't enough garbage in there to overflow it, because that's ah. And I set an alarm too. I set an alarm to make myself take down the garbage, but I think my phone died during that point in time, so it didn't happen. Anyway, I think around this point in time, the people who skipped ahead should be coming back. Yep, and they're back at least by now, so yeah, sorry for the very crappy story that I told. Hopefully, your stomachs have been saved from the very crappy moment in time that I had. um, but that was my weekend, and the week itself was kind of uneventful because it's just kind of like, you know, I'm getting into the rhythm of school and then, the projects and then school and the projects. And I kind of reached the point this week where I realized I needed to start these projects way earlier because I was really, really cutting it close this time. I started on Tuesday, like late Tuesday, like very, very late Tuesday. And I almost didn't make the deadline I set for myself, but I just kind of barely made it. So it was all good, but I still feel bad about it. I need to like start working with my time a little bit better, because before I knew it, it was Tuesday and I had like no idea of how to do anything. And I was just watching Homestar Runner cartoons, and thankfully I watched the right one and got inspiration out of it. But it was way too close, man, and I need ideas faster and better and quicker and in a more timely manner. I'm gonna go till 35 because I've been wasting enough time as it is, and I should really start getting on that work that I talked about. But before I end, I just like to. I had some project ideas that I want to talk about. Um, I don't know. I've been really flirting with that idea of the Puma Man superhero thing, but I just don't know how to. I just don't know what I would do with it or like how to execute it or anything like that. Ooh, I could do the Puma Man theme over things that a superhero does over break or quarantine. Wouldn't that be too like viral YouTube video style? And geez, I don't know. I've always really like had a soft spot for those people that get viral videos because like they get millions upon millions of views and likes and such like that, and then they're only known for that one thing. So they can't really like break out of that and they have to like continue doing that sort of format to the point where it's just like, oh no, they're still doing that. I'm specifically referring to like how animals eat their food. It's like a really funny video and just like really it's just like two people hanging out and just like making funny thing, and it's really cool, and it was like a very viral video in like 2015, and it's really cool, and I assume they tried new things during that whole thing as well. But the problem was is that the only time I ever saw them again was when they had like how blank eat their food, and it's just like, oh no, they're stuck with this. This is all they're ever going to be known for, and that's really sad. And like the kiss of death I saw for them was like how Overwatch characters eat their food, and I'm like, no, I feel bad for them. But at the same time, like having a viral video would be really cool. But I know, like as soon as that happens, whoever gets it, or they're just kind of stuck with what they've created, and that kind of sucks. Kind of makes me hesitant of the whole thing that I'm doing. But you know, I do it because I love doing what I do, and not because I like people watching me. Lord knows I don't like people watching me. It's uh I kind of struck gold with that whole what I do during quarantine type video, and I've been trying to recapture as much as possible, and the alternative advertisements was the closest I ever got as far as I'm concerned. It just kind of like had that feel to it, you know, just like I chose the right music and paced it out as best as I could have. And I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying like that first video had just something to it that I've been trying to recapture and just kind of haven't at this point. Which is kind of a problem if you think about it, because I've only been doing this for 5 weeks, and if I haven't had that enough success in 5 weeks, or that same amount of success in 5 weeks, then I'm probably just doing something wrong. Who knows though? Maybe that Puma Man thing will fix things up. Yeah, I think my next project will be what superhero does during quarantine, and just have that very awesome Puma Man theme go on. Another thing I wanted to try was like an Old West style standoff or something like that, some sort of riff on that. I don't know how I'd be able to do it with just myself. I've been hesitant to use other people because Matt's been working and my mom and dad are, I don't know. My mom really doesn't like being on camera that much in the first place, so it's just kind of a little hesitant to bring her as a person of acting and stuff like that. Maybe I should be a little more open to that because I'm only limiting myself by keeping people out of it. And I'm approaching 35 minutes. Hey, that's a new record. Except not really, because I've gone way longer than that. But yeah, hopefully I can better manage my time in the future. Hopefully I can get these projects at a better quality than what I'm used to, and hopefully I can just be better at everything else and start that quick play channel that I mentioned. So if you're watching this, thank you for finding this and listening. And if you're me from the future trying to regain back your memories, stay strong, bud. Okay, bye.